we're talking about something that hits close to home for millions of Americans. It's heart health. And who better to help lead that conversation than a three-time Super Bowl champion who's faced his own battle off the field. Tedy Bruschi, a Bay Area native and NFL legend, survived a stroke at just 31 years old. Now he's teaming up with Abbott's HeartMates program to support others on their heart health journeys. He joins us live now to share more about his story, his recovery, and his incredible mission. Good afternoon to you, Tedy.
Hi, Stephanie. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so glad to have you on the program today. You had a stroke 20 years ago, right in the prime of your NFL career. Can you walk us through what that experience was like for you personally and professionally?
Well, it was shocking. I didn't know if I'd ever play professional football again. They told me I had a hole in my heart and it had to be closed. And, that's where my connection to Abbott begins. I have a 20-year connection to Abbott because that's when they put in the device in my heart that closed my PFO. That, of course, gave me an opportunity to come back and play 4 years in the National Football League. And I continue to work with Abbott. I'm here at their headquarters in Santa Clara visiting their employees, and we're having a HeartMates huddle. So it's an incredible opportunity for me as a survivor to continue to give back.
Wow, it is incredible how technology and a device like that can really help save lives. Tedy, can you tell us about the HeartMates huddle that you're hosting today in Santa Clara? What is it and who is it for?
It'll be for a group of about 10 people, all from the Bay Area, that come in and share their stories. And first of all, anyone can be a part of the HeartMates program, abbott.com/HeartMates. It's really a community, Stephanie, of survivors, stroke survivors, heart survivors. But the huddles are opportunities for all of us to get together. And when can you get in a room and talk to someone that's gone through almost an identical experience as yourself? Fellow stroke survivors, fellow heart survivors, where you can really lean on each other and you can connect and you can inspire and you can be a part of a group that's basically like a team is what we're trying to form.
Oh, that is so powerful. Now, what has it been like for you to sit down face to face with other heart survivors and caregivers who've been through similar struggles?
Well, for me as a survivor, to sit down and talk about it, it can be hard. I came back to playing football in the National Football League, and it was highly publicized, so I had to get used to talking about it very early. But trying to talk about one of the biggest adversities in your life can be hard. So to share it and to have people in a room just see me, willingly and comfortably talking about my experiences, it really helps them open up and it helps them heal.
And where do you find the strength and the courage to do that?
Well, I don't know. I don't know where I find the strength and courage. It's just an experience that, everyone that's inspired me that I've along the way, fellow stroke survivors, fellow heart survivors, that I've got an inspiration from their stories. So it's been a long journey for me to get here. It's been 20 years. It's been a while since I came back and played in the National Football League, and I don't do that anymore, but I still talk about it on TV, so I'm still close to football, but still, it gives me the opportunity to be partnered with Abbott to talk to fellow survivors and provide insight and provide my experiences.
And for people out there who are dealing with heart conditions right now, what message do you have for them?
I would say there are many people out there that need a lot of help, and that's why a great company like Abbott is here. They make so many devices that give people second chances. For me, I had a hole in my heart. It was a PFO, and it was a little patch device that went through my groin in a groin catheterization. They also have devices that are left ventricular assistive devices, LVADs, that help people wait for heart transplants. Abbott is an incredible company that continues to help, and there is a lot of help out there.
Now, for those who may not be showing heart conditions yet, but may have a family history of it, any advice that you can offer?
Live the best you can. I would say physically fit. I would say nutritionally. I still feel I'm still playing defense. Even though I don't play in the National Football League, I play defense against any future stroke or any type of heart issue I may have. I try to provide myself with the best decisions of what I put in my body and try to stay physically active. Those are two steps that we can live a lifestyle that can promote a great defense against anything that would come in the future.
All right, and last question for you here. How can people get involved or join the Heartmates community?
Thanks for asking that. Again, abbott.com/heartmates. If you need a community, if you need a team, we're here for you. You can join. There's a quick little questionnaire, a form to fill out, and possibly you could come and join us in in our gatherings across the country.
All right, three-time Super Bowl champion Tedy Bruschi, thank you so much for your inspiring words and your encouragement. You are an inspiration to so many. We appreciate you.
And thank you so much for your time, Stephanie. Thank you.